There are a lot of cool books coming out on Final Order Cutoff this weekend. I'm going to tell you which ones I think you should pre order. Welcome back to Comics Are Dope. I'm BJ Kicks, and this is FOC. This is a brand new show where I take a look at the books coming up on Final Order Cutoff that you need to pre-order by this weekend, and I give you my recommendations. Now, last week I did get some feedback like, "Hey, this episode was a little bit long," and I'm like, "All right, I got you." So, got a brand new format, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So, just in case you're new to the party, FOC stands for Final Order Cutoff because in comics, everything is based on pre-orders. Basically, every month or every week is a new deadline to order particular books so that or before that book has its print run set, right? So it's the last chance for your comic shop to order a book and guarantee that they get it in their hands and therefore you get it in yours. So FOC happens every Monday from all the major distributors: Diamond Comics Distribution, Lunar Distribution, and Penguin Random House. We got books on from each distributor that we're going to talk about. And let's go ahead and get into it. So, I told you I got a brand new little format. I'm excited about it, right? So, FOC picks Final Order Cutoff this coming up Monday, February 6th, 2023. So let's go ahead and get started with the first book, which is basically a reprint. This is the Flash 1 Minute War. Start the Clock, #1. So every now and then, what'll happen with DC Comics is they'll put out a book and all of a sudden it kind of catches steam, 2 to 3 issues in. And so instead of just trying to go back to print on every issue, they'll do something like this where they reprint those first 3 issues of that series. So the 1 Minute War started like 3 weeks ago. We're 2 issues in as of right now. Flash 790 and 791 are already out. 792 comes out next week, I think. And so this Flash 1 Minute War comes out, or Start the Clock. It's a reprint of those first 3 issues in like a little perfect bound sort of compendium type book. They previously did this with Batman the Knight, I think is what that one was called, and Dark Knights of Steel. They did the same thing with those as well. But anyway, this one, you're going to be able to get those first 3 issues of the 1 Minute War. And it's going to be just $5.99, which is a steal because Flash is like $4.99 right now. So $5.99 to get the first 3 issues reprinted in one book. It comes out, like I said, on March the 7th, which is the same day that Flash issue 3, or excuse me, 794 comes out. So you can grab the first 3 issues, you can grab the fifth issue, but you're gonna need to grab issue 793, which is the fourth issue in the 1 Minute War saga. In between those, and that comes out on February 21st. So, trying to get caught up with the 1 Minute War, you don't want to wait for it to come out, or you don't want to, just do the digital thing. Then there you go. All the information is on the screen. Call your shop and order it this weekend. And that's like the only book coming from DC Comics that I'm actually even recommending this week. So now we can get to like some real exciting stuff. And this is Clear, #1. This is being printed by Dark Horse Comics, but this is a part of the Comixology Originals sort of digital first type thing they've got going on. So right now, you can read Clear by Scott Snyder and Francis Manapul. Basically, every issue you can read it for free. Well, if you have a Comixology Unlimited subscription, you can read it as part of your subscription. But as part of the whole deal, these do go to print with Dark Horse. And so with this, Scott Snyder, Francis Manapul are putting out single issues of Clear. And to sort of sweeten the deal a little bit, since this has been available online for so long, they're going to be putting some extra like character designs and other back matter in each single issue. The art in this is amazing. Francis Manapul has a YouTube channel of his own where he kind of shows behind the scenes process of this particular book. Very, very good stuff. So I'm excited about this. I was on the fence. I was like, am I going to get this in trade? Am I going to wait? I'm going to go ahead and grab it in the single issues. FOC's this weekend, and the issue will be in stores March 8th. Next up, from AWA, this is Red Zone issue number 1. It's written by Cullen Bunn with art by Mike Deodato Jr. And the solicit on this just really got me. Randall Crane is a professor of Russian studies at NYU. He's called in by the government on a mission back to Russia, where his long buried secrets come to light. When his support team is ambushed and killed, it's up to him to fight his way out of Russia using a particular set of skills. So, I mean, look, I think you got me at particular set of skills. And also, I love this cover art. Cover is by Raza. But this one, it's got a retail price of $3.99. FOCs this weekend, but it'll be in stores on March the 1st. And next up, from Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, being published by Image, this is Night Fever. So Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips continuing their run of just like straight to graphic novel stories. This is a hardcover. It says, in Europe on a business trip, Jonathan Webb can't sleep. Instead, he finds himself wandering the night in a strange foreign city with his new friend, the mysterious and violent Raynor as his guide. Raynor shows Jonathan the hidden world of the night, a world without rules or limits. But when the fun turns dangerous, Jonathan may find himself trapped in the dark. The question is, what will he do to get home? Look, so Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips, they've been doing these like, straight to it's almost like a straight to DVD movie, but not a straight to graphic novel comics. I have been getting into the Reckless series here lately, and this is kind of in that same vein, like a sort of crime. Well, this isn't like a pulpy crime book. It's more like a thriller, like a straight up crimes or suspense, almost horror thriller, and I'm excited about it. These books are typically right on the edge of like my sort of tolerance for mature content in comics. But I imagine this will be a fun book. It's got a retail price of $24.99. Final order cutoff is this weekend, but this one won't be in stores until June 14th. The lead time on hardcovers is just longer, but there's all the information you need to give to your shop so they can order it for you. You can also grab this one at Organic Price Books, our channel sponsor. Links down in the description below, and there's actually a discount just for using that link. So you check that one out there. And that was actually it for the ones that I wanted to spotlight. But I did want to kind of throw up some honorable mentions here on the screen. Just some books that I thought just had really dope covers, and also just had some interesting things going on. So Black Panther issue 15 is out in the next month or so, and it's going to be John Ridley's final issue on the book. That cover A with T'Challa just hanging out of Bast's mouth is so disrespectful. But that cover B by Jermon Peralta is pretty dope. I like that. Silver Surfer Ghost Light number 2's out on final order cutoff this weekend. I just like that B cover. Another dope book to mention, Noctera. Noctera is back. Issue 12 is the start of a brand new story arc. That book has been on hiatus for a little while. So if you're a Noctera fan, or if you want to get into Noctera in single issues, go ahead and pre-order issue 12 with your shop this weekend. Red Tag is another sort of Comixology original series. This one by Raphael Albuquerque, who does the writing and the art on that series. And the Red Tag is actually a trade paperback. It's not just single issues. So you can grab that via Dark Horse Comics. Incredible Hulk. That is not an Incredible Hulk book. That is a variant cover for the Amazing Spider-Man issue 21. But the Disney 100th anniversary variants are pretty dope. And that's that one featuring Goofy. Doing his best Incredible Hulk rendition. Darkwing Duck number 1, the old school limited series. Hold on. So, old school limited series is actually getting a facsimile edition, not the whole series, just issue 1 is getting a facsimile edition that's coming out in like a month or so. So that's on final order cutoff this weekend. And then if you're a fan of Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, you're probably a fan of Greg Rucka as well. They do those crime comics. Brubaker and Rucka did what was it? Gotham Central together. Lazarus is being reprinted. The Lazarus hardcovers, volumes 1, 2, and 3 are all out on final order cutoff this weekend. So if you're a Lazarus fan, don't miss that. I've never read Lazarus and I don't have a ton of room to be buying 3 hardcovers at a time. So I'm not grabbing that. For those of you who are still buying the Sonic the Hedgehog deluxe editions, uh, volume 3 is out this week or on final order cutoff this week. So go ahead and pre-order that. And then the last one that I'm going to spotlight is the absolute Superman for all seasons. You guys know how I feel about this story if you've been following the channel for a little bit. I actually did a whole video about Superman stories that changed my mind about Superman, and For All Seasons was one of those. The art by Tim Sale, I think, is absolutely worth buying in that huge oversized format with the Absolute Edition. So definitely grab that if you're a Superman fan. That one's not coming out till I think like September or something. That's just how long the lead time is on these books. So go ahead and pre-order them. And that's pretty much the list. So let me know what you thought of this sort of abridged version of the FOC recommendations. I think putting them on my own little spread or slideshow instead of doing like scrolling through definitely help keep it succinct. But anyway, those are my recommendations. I think I'm most excited about Clear, even though I've read some of it already. After that, it's The Night Fever, Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. Definitely. I'm excited about those. But what are you excited about on Final Order Cutoff this weekend? Do not forget to call your comic shop. Go ahead and do it now, because if you wait till the weekend, maybe the weekend clerk isn't your owner. Maybe they don't have purchasing power. Maybe they forget. Maybe they put the note somewhere else. Then Monday comes, they don't order your book. So go ahead and call your shop now, pre-order your books, and you'll be glad you did. So that's going to do it for me. I'll see you guys in another video soon. Until then, make sure you're reading something dope. Peace.